Hi all, this is your girl Natasha, and I'm not serving anything but iced tea on this hot, humid day. I was thinking about taking you all on an escapade with me again at the store, but it's hot to do my walk that my physical therapist has always suggested for my exercise. But it's hot, so I think that's canceled. Plus, I don't think it's any deliveries or any guys around in this heat. Because this was for Anthony Banks. I wanted to show you again how you pick up a gentleman, darling. Not dirty pieces of trade who turn you out and snatch your phone and throw you anywhere they please. Anthony Banks, fake RN nurse. Now, Anthony Banks, I was going to pay you no mind, but I was very disturbed by something that you did or you said on live, coming for Castro. And I was very disturbed by that. And I said, Tasha, you had read him already. Pay him no mind. But no, sissy, this calls for you to be read, another paragraph. Let me tell you one thing, Anthony Banks, you lowlife. How dare you, in someone's time of mourning, the loss of a loved one? And I don't know who it was that you were coming for in Castro's family who passed recently, and you had the balls and the little cock to get up on live and talk about his relative that he lost and he's in mourning. You piece of trash. You're like whatever's running in those trees over there. Yeah, that's why I angled this, because you're the low-life dirt trash that's in those woods. Okay, honey? But let me get back to you, Anthony Banks. Let me read you. What I believe is you're such a liar. Who knows if your father really did die at your birth with cancer? It could have been maybe years later as you were growing up. Yeah, you're such a liar. I question that. And the reason why I think you're so bitter, sweetie, is because your father probably, while you were growing up, didn't pay you any attention. He probably was a rolling stone. Papa was a rolling stone. And wherever he laid his hat was his home. Maybe since you claim you're so young, look the song up, dear, by The Temptations. You'll know what I'm referring to. But anyway, how dare you? I'm thinking your dad died in your later years of growing up after your mother shit you out. And he probably wasn't even there for you and your mother. That's what I'm thinking. He was a rolling stone. And you resented that. And then when he got cancer, unfortunately, you probably felt sorry for him at that point. Maybe you had some kind of a heart. And maybe you dealt with him and you felt sorry for him. And I'm thinking maybe you guys mended fences. I'm just wondering, because that sounds a little fishy. Your dad died at birth. No, you don't want to admit maybe that he wasn't the best father. And that's why you are like you are, because you resent him and you throw all kind of shades. You're bitter. I think that's what it is, Anthony Banks. If something doesn't jive with me, and by the way, when I threw the shade about the chubby bitch on the wall, I didn't know who she was. I just said the fat, chubby girl graduating 2013. I never said I didn't know who she was to you. So I never said it was your sister or whatever. Or you just later in the video said it was your niece. Prior to that, I never said, I just said that chubby girl on the wall. I never said who she was because I didn't know who she was. So let's get that straight, bitch. And like I said, I'm wondering about your dad. I think your dad lived longer than you said. And he may have been a Rolling Stone. And he just may have treated you and your mom like shit. And you still have that bitterness. Maybe you and him may have had a talk. That's when you guys came together when he got cancer. Because you know, sometimes when parents don't do what they're supposed to do or they treat us bad, when they get sick, that's when they get humble and want to talk and apologize for all the wrong that they've done. And I think that that may be the case with you, is why you're so mean and you have no feelings. Because clearly, okay, honey, clearly, it has to be something for you to be so mean and hateful and say something like that to Castro. Darling, I would be careful what I say about people. You don't know who you're talking to, Anthony. ZG, fake nurse, take your choice. You don't know. In the time of Castro's mourning, I really hope that he doesn't do anything to you, hurt you, that would result in him going to jail. That's what I'm saying. I'm not worried about if you get effed up. I could care less. If he catches you and beats you down to the ground, I don't care. I'd laugh. I just don't want Castro to get in trouble. I don't want him to do something and go to jail for it. But yeah, beat your ass, do whatever he needs to do. Just don't get caught. That's all I say to you, Castro. If you see this video, my heart is with you. I know how it feels to lose a loved one. I remember when my grandmother passed. It took me years to shake it off. And it was never the same when I went south to visit her and she wasn't there. I understand the pain. So that's why I say to you, Anthony Banks, because you have not dealt with the pain that you've suffered in your life. And like I said, I believe that your dad may not have been there for you like he should have. You want to come for Castro. But you know what, sweetie? You really need to be careful. You really don't know who you're throwing shade at. You really don't. So I would tread lightly. And I'm sure we won't see you for a while because you're you're in the front line. You are in the front line. But you're not a nurse. Hardly. You are a CPM worker or either you assist a nurse. I spoke to my dear friend who's a nurse just this very morning. And she had me laughing once again. She says either the nurses work at the station the whole day in the hospital at whatever shift, and they come in and give the medications, and they have a nurse assistant. I don't even think you're a nurse assistant. Because I recall when I was in the hospital, the nurse came in and they wrote on the board. She wrote her name and she wrote who would be assisting her. And that whole shift, I saw more of her assistant Then I did see her. I saw her at the desk writing the whole shift basically. And if I called for her, she would come and give me my meds. And that's what my girlfriend was saying. That's what she does. She says, he's no nurse. Sitting on the dock of the bay. She was laughing. She was saying, no. They have a nurses station. They have like a private little room with the nurses. They always have, they'll have their tag on. I says, no, he doesn't have a tag. This is his name. He's an RN. No, I don't never see a tag on him. We were laughing. She had quite a laugh. One of my best friends, she's very funny like that. She says she hates when people go around calling themselves nurses after how hard you have to work in nursing school and taking the exam and the fact that you're black. She says you work hard for it. And when you hear other bitches, as she put it, lying, talking about their nurse, you want to read. That's what she said. And I remember the times I helped her study. Those books were like Chinese arithmetic. Those medical books. I can't see you being a nurse, not at all, Anthony. But like I said, stop being so ignorant and leave Castro alone. I usually don't interfere, but that touched my heart because he's hurting and because a stinking sissy fag like you doesn't have a heart or empathy for sympathy for someone that is going through it. And you claim you went through it? No. It was more to it than that with your dad if you can't identify or feel sympathy. It was more than that. Well, that was the next paragraph for you, bitch. You fucked with me, you got it, bitch. Anyway, oh, and one more thing. You only prove that you watch me. So later on to come, in the near future, I'm going to show you how you slightly and politely, shout out Cookie Tookie, pick up a man with class. I'll take you on another escapade when the weather is not so brutal and hot. Well, fake nurse, that's all. And to you others, thank you all for the company, and I love you all. And Anthony Banks, knock it off with that fake nurse shit. If you are a nurse, a real nurse, then your niece wouldn't be such a fat bitch up on that wall. Tasha, bad Tasha, bad Tasha. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye, sissy ass Banks. To be continued. And thanks for the company, guys. Bye.